Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Production Line with me, Murphy. Last time we were doing a lot of work around redesigning the painting section to improve efficiencies and to increase flow. We've also introduced a second line which has taken away all the backlog. However, we are now not producing enough cars to fill this area. So there's two things that I'm thinking of doing at this moment in time. One is what we're currently researching, which is body design, so we can actually start getting other basic cars built towards our 3000, which means that we won't be having such a full showroom associated with one car type. So at the moment we're producing 12 per hour. There's only 12 customers, but we're actually selling 10, but we've only got 12% market share, which is a bit strange. So what we're looking at is trying to make the other cars budget cars, and we'll make a percentage of those so that we can actually sell into different areas without having too much money tied up in stock, because we've got 60 cars sat there at the moment. But one thing it does mean we can do is, as long as we don't allow ourselves to go into too much debt, is we can reevaluate some of the other line. So at the moment we've got the fit roof, which takes 4.5 minutes. That is kind of our pinch point at this moment in time. However, as you can see, everything else is slowly working their way through. That's 4 minutes 40 for fit bumpers. So we could look at let's have a look at the research again. So actually no, we don't want research, we want this section here. So if we look at chassis, so they're all researched. Fuel tank, we can't do anything there. Fit body, so fit body frame. Fit bumpers, so we can have fit front and rear bumpers, so we can do something with that. So if we click on there, we've got bumper specializations, so we can add that to the queue, and we can also add the arches to the queue. Okay, so that's going to be that section which we can improve, and that section which we can improve. However, we can't improve fit roof, so which means we need to have a second option for that once we've done that research. But as I say, our first primary target is to get this body design sorted. We did start with a QA specialization, but as you can see over here, this is not an issue. I think we're actually managing with just 2, which is fine. It's not causing any backlog, which is, it's okay. But it just means that it doesn't become such a priority when we've got so many cars in stock. When we had a lot of backlog, it helped clear that and get them into stock, which means they could start selling, because we weren't selling enough cars. So that's kind of where I'm looking at. So let's just we're on day 3 now. We have got $1 million in the bank. Our loans, we've got 140,000 outstanding, with 4 days left to pay. As I said last time, I would love to be able to get an early repayment on that. If we look at the features, we're looking at only the budgets. Okay, we're not looking at all the other features, so we're not looking at researching those at this moment in this game. We're going for 3,000 cars. Now, unfortunately, our scenario is kind of restricted. It's going on to the 10 days. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to work out how many cars I've sold, because otherwise I'm going to have to start this all over again. I don't fancy doing that. I'd rather just pick up another objective. Might have another word with Cliff to find out how I can resolve this scenario objection, because he is doing updates on the game weekly, and I think every time he does an update change, it messes up the scenario bits, etc. But it is in alpha stage, and still in early access, so he's still working on it very heavily. One thing else he was talking about doing was bringing us some new characters. So at the moment we've got just one single guy, sometimes hidden by a panel. But yeah, just one single guy with one single animation on him. So they're looking to potentially get a few other animations in place. Now also, because we've got this dedicated line here, and because we have not actually got our production ramped up from down here, we're not having a problem with stock outs on here, so we don't need at this moment in time to have excuse me, at this moment in time we don't need to have those extra storage locations, so we could actually have stock supplies. Now that's something else hopefully Cliff will be bringing in soon. Instead of having these 4x4s, he's looking at bringing in 2v2s, which will be absolutely brilliant. It means you can slot them in. Potentially you could have these back to back with a little slot in between it, and you'll, yeah, I think you'll be able to condense things up so much better. This is working quite well, just having that little upgrade here, along with making sure they were actually getting rid of the cars. We seem to have got rid of all this backlog, which is absolutely brilliant. We still have space to put additional cars and painters in as and when we need, which is great. Okay, so we are 88.2% away from that car design, which will fit in here with our research, which will start costing us loads of money, but we'll be able to get different car types, and then we'll be going on to the bumper specification. Right, so I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so we've now got our body design, so let's pause that for a second. We're jumping straight onto, no, I don't want that. I want bumper specialization next, please. I know you're only part way through. Where are you, bumper specialization? Bumper, where are you? There you go. Research now. Now let's just move the arches up so I don't forget. So now we can put it in our design studio. Perfect. We're only going to put one design studio in because we don't really have the money to do loads of research. So we need SUV compact. I think I'm going to go for the compact first, because I think that is the second most popular car design, shape and size. Look at that. Ah, right. Okay. Do you know, I've never noticed this before. The little toolings they've got down here for each of the different car types, which I think is brilliant. We've only got, again, one lady here. Oh, got cabinets here with the little cars in. Cool. I've never really had a close-up on that. I'm really shocked that I didn't do that, but I think that's absolutely brilliant. Cool. Right, so that is... Oh, that's actually doing it quite quickly. 13% already. Wow. Okay, we've got 75 cars. As soon as we've got another car, we can set it down the line and have 2 sedans being made to every one I think we need. Let's go to the market. So if we're researching compact, that's got 11 cars per hour. We're on 14 there. So maybe what we can do to start with, to get ourselves some stock, is just have every other car being produced, and then that will hopefully get us a bit of a stock at the same time, and then hopefully by that time we'll have more cars available. Wow, that is flying through on research. Bumper specialization 21%, but dear me, I think that design side needs to be slowed down a bit in part of the actual changes that he's looking to make in the game to get a bit more of the balance in the game. I think that can be slowed down a lot more actually to where it is, because I mean, I've got 3 research sections. Each of those cost me, how much do they actually cost? I can never remember. So look at the facilities. Research centres, 50,000. Design studio, okay. When you look at that, it's nearly 3 times the price. Yeah, but it's less than 3 the cost of 3 research centres, but it's actually researching these faster than 3 researchers. I think. What have we got going on with our research? 79 sold. So we're actually getting 3 research points, so 0.3 per minute, but it doesn't actually tell us how much that is actually generating. Does it say on here and I missed it? No, it doesn't say on there either. So okay, we can leave that running we can leave that running and see how we get on. So we're still slowing down on these bumpers. That is our backlog. If you've watched this, these guys are working. He stops. Yeah, That seriously needs to come out. I'm going to let's see, where are we on that? 52%, 66%. Wow! Excellent. We're going to have a few more cars before the end of this episode, which is absolutely grand. That's all working fine. We could do with just more cars coming through. There's that a few seconds where there's nothing waiting, which will help. And we can then also research high pressure nozzles, which will increase the efficiency of that unit as well. That's still working fine. Really too worried about it. We've got 71 cars. I'm really pleased actually. We've got 1.4 million, or near enough 1.4 million in the bank. We've got 71 cars in stock, which is brilliant. We're not running out of money. 86%, excellent. Oh, I'm getting excited over the next car. Okay, so we can be choosing this to add another car type efficiency. So we are currently running at about 50% efficiency. Okay, loans, let's see what we're doing on loans. We take out nearly another £1 million, and we've got 1.2 there. Wow, okay, a bit better than what was available earlier. Excellent, perfect. Right, let's pause that. We can get a new car type. Excellent. Let's have a sedan, a compact, and we're going to leave that as basic as it is. And we're just going to basically change schedule, and let's add new entry, and we've got the sedan. Excellent. So we can now start. Let's have a look. What's the next car that is? Oops, car. Which no, go to the right one. Market. So off-roaders basic. They only want 3. They want 4 pickups, and they want 6 SUVs. So SUV is the next car style I want, and there we go. Research now. Right, so I've just paused that and unpaused that. That's given me 7 research points. Trying to work out how much it gives me. Right, it's gone to the next. So that's given me okay. It's given me 14 research points per minute. Okay, so that could definitely be reduced. So here we go. So we're doing the production of the sedan. Now we're doing a compact. A sedan. Now a compact. Perfect. So that'll be making things a lot more efficient. We're nearly there with bumper specialization, which we can take out here. So let's have a look. We've got 82%. That'll be. Whoa. I have a feeling the bumpers are literally 2 straight slots as well, so we could technically just fit them straight in there, because the fit trim is the strange shape. If it is a more space than that, then I will have to reroute it, but I've got loads of space, which is not a problem. But I would kind of like to get some sort of production going in the middle of that, of parts. So come on. 94. Oh, I didn't know whether I mentioned last time, one of the updates that Cliff has done as well is to this research section. So instead of it being so white that you get blinded, he's got this nice little colour in the background. It just makes it stand out quite nicely. And he's made a few changes around the rest of the GUI on what you actually see and how things make sense, etc. So I think there is a number of new I can't see for looking because we're not actually playing that game at the moment. I think he's made a few changes to a few different things in the actual research panel as well, but I can't remember. So it is as I say 4 weeks since the start of the last episode due to illness. So right, okay, we can pause that. We got the bumpers. Let's go to our blueprint slot, body frame, and bumpers. Please tell me. 1. Yeah, cool. So let's come out of this actually. We want to remove that spot, and we want to remove that one as well. And let's put in the bumpers. If I go to the right one each time would be useful. Fit front bumper and fit rear. The right way? Yeah. Make sure those are connected. Perfect. Right, so that will speed things up once we get the parts, and then we'll be able to modify the fit arches, because that's going to be the next like backlog. And here's our first compact cars. Cool. Just in time, we've got nearly 100 in stock, and we've got £1 million available to us, which is good. So, has things improved? Yeah, we've got a bit of a gap here now, which is good. Which means we can actually potentially, yeah, that's our backlog now. Not the bumpers. Give it 30 seconds and that'll all be, yeah, there we go. It's already, every single slot's filled. Right, okay, perfect. So that should be researched very quickly. And how are we doing on car design? Wow, 44% already. Wow, we're going to have 2 new cars designs. Basic, of course, because that's what we're trying to sell. Wow, okay, we will be flying along. Where's our early? There we go. So there's one. Oh, there's one over here. So is that our first one? No, we've got 2 here. Either they're working their way through. Actually, this is going to be quicker. Just going through electronics. Oh, come on, go out, get out of there, get out of there. Yes, you're going to go straight through, and we. Come on, right, you've gone. Have we sold a car now? We've got no cars in stock, and we haven't sold any, but we've shipped it. Okay, so where's that gone? Okay. Oh well. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, so our backlog here is this fit arches that we need to open up, and then we can reevaluate in the rest of the actual route. Because we need to put, after we've done that one, we need to put in another fit roof, because that will require doing. Actually, I've just spotted there. Actually, we're gonna have to send it this way because that one's in that position there. We've got those 3 there, so yeah, we're gonna have to bring it in here or there. That's fine. Okay, we can work with that. We've got all this space down here, but I'm kind of loath because I wanted to use that space potentially for a second undercoater. Okay. Well, we'll see. I might just need to rip this out and put 2 in horizontal. Might work. It should work. Don't worry. I could always move. I mean, what's this one? This is fit door panels. I could always send the cars down here and then back up, so we can utilise some of this space. It won't be a problem. It won't be a problem. Right, what we got now? Nearly 90%. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. How many cars are we producing now? We've got that's just sales. We've got 6 sales per hour. Okay, that's good. We're producing 6, and we're producing 6. We're producing 12 cars per hour. So we should start getting more money because this is coming down, so we're not producing as many cars, which is good. Okay. Okay, we've got our new SUVs. So let's have a look. Compact SUV, basic, excellent. Actually, do you know what? I've not looked at the price. So at the moment, what we're doing on our sedan, we're doing a 30%. We need to actually increase that to 30%. And we need to increase that to 30%, otherwise we're not making any money. Right, okay, so let's change our schedule. We're going to add the SUV. Perfect. That's excellent. Alright, so where are we away from this? 74%. What are we researching now? We're not. Let's go for off-road. And then we can look at the other two. Other three. And then probably ditch that. Yeah, yeah. So I don't really want. I don't know whether it costs me anything actually. Let's have a look on costs. Price, not prices, features, expenses. Okay, so science, sales, production, marketing. Okay, that's interesting. We don't actually have a segregation between the design side and the research, so okay, we can live with that. So 90%. Alright, this is all too free. We need to get this going. But it's all about prioritising and working out what's right at the right time, isn't it? So that's 94. Off-road body 18. That's interesting. Never spotted that before. I'm going to go into QA specialisation. Do we want to change something? Because we're going to be going. I'm going to add to Q the research for high pressure painting, because I don't want that to become a little backlog for us. Everything else is manufacture, which is fine. We don't need that. That's all build itself. We've got dash specialization. I mean, let's add that to Q above the QA design again. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to drop that because it's rather cheap at 750. I'm going to put that behind the painting. We can look at these others again. We could look at the expansion. We don't need that at the moment. Computer scale upgrades the export slot, and then we can improve the speed we sell, but that's not causing us problems. We can research the research center, but again that's not an issue. Right, we'll leave it as that is, and hopefully that will work quite well. Okay. Excellent arches. Let's pause that now and look what space we need for our arches. And body frame, bumpers, arches. Please tell me single. Okay, so we can do with taking that out and that. So we want fit front arches, front fit rear. Reset that up. Okay, so that is now 2 minutes, and that's 2 minutes. So that should speed up quite quickly, and then it's onto the roof. So while they are doing that, we're going to take that out and let these cars get out of the way, so we can actually set up our roof, because that is our backlog now at 4.5 minutes. I'm thinking I'm going to need to take that out altogether, because I think to fit another roof, come on, yeah, fit roof, I can drop you. I can't get I can't get a car in here. I can put you over. This is kind of what I'm thinking of. It is if I put it here, like so, I can have it. I can have two back to back, and that's what I want to do. So let's take these out while those cars are working their way through. Okay, let's pause you now before anything else goes on. Okay, so let's fit roof. We want two. We could do it actually. No, we can't. Let's do it like so. And we can bring you down, back, through, and across, and you can come down that way. Right, let's make sure you're connected. Okay, perfect. Right. So that's 4 minutes 30. So that will hopefully keep on top of what we're producing behind. We're now researching the high pressure paint nozzles, which means we can upgrade each of our painting facilities, which means that will probably become our next little backlog. I mean, what's that? That's just short 4 minutes, yeah. So that will become our next backlog effect. But we don't want to go and set that in motion just yet. So we're producing sedan, compact, and SUV. Excellent. So how are we doing on research? 18% on the paint and design at 41%. Excellent. So we've got 2 new cars. We've been able to segregate our bumpers. We've been able to segregate our arches. Hang on. Do that. Do you know what? It does my head in sometimes when things don't always work. Right, so let's do it that way. That should now work. Yeah, so we've now been able to get our roofs fitted, so that will cause these guys to need to do a lot more work quicker, which is fine because this should be okay. Let's keep on top of both slots for fitting these, and I think it'll just be a case of we'll start seeing a backlog here on our paint, which will be the next hurdle. Insufficient resources. Come on. Alright, okay, so there we go. Starting getting that backlog. So we're doing the high pressure nozzles at 33%. We have 80 odd cars in stock, and let me just pause that. Are they all sedans? No, we've got some compacts in there. Okay, so what's going on? You're producing more cars in this market than you have customers. Okay, that's fine. So we're selling 2 per hour, producing 6. Okay, which is fine. We've still got way more sedans than anything else. We could do with actually changing this by adding another sedan, because technically we'll be doing twice as many sedans as other car types. So hopefully then we will not get too much of a stockpile on the other shapes, but we'll be producing 2 sedans for every car that comes out. Have we got into the other market yet? Producing 2 per hour, and there's a 6, but you're not producing enough of those, so that's fine. Okay, cool. Right. Yep, there's our backlog. Totally backlog now, and we're waiting for resources. Okay. And that's not too bad. Alright, so we're going to have to, potentially next time, we're going to have to do something with this once we've researched our paint nozzles, and we can then introduce other different cars. Unfortunately, this objective I need to deal with, because I think after 10 days, if I don't complete it within 10 days, I'm going to fail the actual objective. I need to work out, find my emails again and work out what Cliff did to those objectives to help me get back to the correct one. Alright, okay, so I think we'll leave it there for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like what you've seen, hit that subscribe, and until next time, that's Murphy out.